These are 3 reasons why you should just confess to your crush that you like them. Hi besties, I went to therapy for my relationship, so I'm gonna teach you what I've learned. Reason number 1, if you secretly have a crush on someone, that secret is probably consuming your energy and you could be using that energy on other things like yourself. Reason number 2 is you just kind of seem like a confident queen if you tell your crush that you like them, because that is honestly a really challenging thing to do and not many people are willing to do that. And reason number 3, the ball is in their court now, so you literally don't have to do anything anymore. You just have to sit back and let them chase you. Besties, if your man is not doing these 3 basic bare minimum things, then that is not your man. Number 1, buying you flowers, alright? There are literally flowers in every supermarket. It is shoved down your face, so if your man is not buying you flowers, it is intentional, especially on occasions like Valentine's Day. Number 2, sorry, not sorry if anyone's upset about this one, but posting on social media. It's 2024. Being social media official is important. Unless your man doesn't have a social media platform, he should be showing you off. Even if he doesn't post that much, that doesn't mean he can't post you. And number 3, you need to make sure he is supporting you. You are not the cheerleader to his story. He needs to be the cheerleader to yours as well. And if he's not, then that is not your man. These are 3 major red flags you need to avoid when dating. Number 1, when they hit you up when it's convenient for them, but not for you. You should not be waiting up past your bedtime hoping that they'll hit you up. Get your beauty sleep and let them cater to your schedule. Number 2, if they immediately get defensive when you bring up that something is bothering you. Relationships are all about trying to understand each other, and if they're not putting in the effort to understand you, then it's probably not going to be a good relationship. And number 3, if they are constantly bringing up their ex. Talking about past experiences could be very beneficial to your relationship, but if your partner is constantly talking about their ex for no reason, chances are they are probably still thinking about them a lot, and that is your sign to run. Hope this helps. My first ever dating experiences were in New York City, which is very humbling because New York is probably the most undateable area, but it built character and a lot of therapy sessions. So here's everything I wish I knew before dating. Number 1, take things slow, okay? I know it's very easy to want to jump into a relationship right away, especially if you've never dated before, but being in a relationship is very time consuming, so make sure you know the person you are dating before you put in all that energy. There's this thing called the 3-month rule, which basically says that you should wait at least 3 months before you decide you want to date someone or not. Before I was like, that is way too long. Who was waiting 3 months? But it's valid. Number 2, remember that you are not trying to be chosen by someone, but you are choosing them. When I first started dating, I focused way too much on does this person like me rather than do I like this person. I realized I didn't actually like them as a person. I just like the idea of being in a relationship. Number 3, accept rejection, because you're probably gonna get rejected, you're probably gonna get ghosted, you might get cheated on, and that's okay. The best thing you can do after rejection is just move on with your life. And number 4, know that your relationship is not gonna be perfect because no relationship is perfect. Because I'm a huge romantic, I know I have a high expectation of how I want my relationship to be, but I know that that's not how it's going to be because we're all human and we make mistakes. So that's why communication is so important, because you can tell your partner what you feel like you need. Relationships are so difficult. That's why it's so important to choose the right person to make things a little bit easier. Comment and let me know any other tips you have so we can all glow up together, besties. National Girlfriend's Day is coming up, so send this to your partner because I have the best date idea for all the girlfriends. You're going to plan out a vision board night, so I want you to get out your Pinterest, get the wine, get the chocolates. Us self-care girlies, we love a good vision board. We love manifesting, and to create that with our partner is like the best day in the world. If you don't already know what a vision board is, it's basically where you put a bunch of photos and quotes into a board, manifesting what you want for yourself in the future. So you and your partner could make a vision board of a future trip that you guys want to go on together, or this could be where you guys want to live in the future. So what I'm thinking, okay, dim lighting, charcuterie board, you and your girlfriend both have a computer out and you guys are both making individual vision boards about your relationship. Then you guys come together and compare and contrast your vision boards, and then you guys make a vision board together. Me and my boyfriend actually did this and he really enjoyed it. He wants to do it like every year. So now you have no excuse to not take your girlfriend out on a date. We need to stop teaching girls that they need to be hard to get in order for a guy to like them. Because when you're hard to get, you're attracting the wrong type of guy. A guy who likes hard to get girls is a guy who will always like hard to get girls. So once he has you, he's gonna stop putting in the effort. He's gonna keep looking at other girls because they are the ones that he doesn't have. And you're gonna constantly feel like that you still need to play hard to get even though you guys are dating. So instead of telling girls to play hard to get, we should be teaching girls to be hard to earn, which is a quote from one of my favorite movies, because a confident woman knows her values and knows how to set her boundaries. So when she sees something that she wants, she's gonna go get it. And if that thing does not match her energy, she knows it's time for her to leave. Let's talk about the difference between playing hard to get and being hard to earn. Playing hard to get is like playing mind games, okay? So like if they take 8 hours to text you, then you take 16 hours to text them. Or like dating 10 different people to make the person you actually want think that you have your options open so you don't care if they leave you. Even though the whole point of playing hard to get is to get the other person to chase you, at the end of the day, you're chasing them because you're putting all this unnecessary energy on these mind games. While being hard to earn, on the other hand, is you really knowing your values and standards and not taking anything less. So when they text you, you text them whenever you feel like it and you don't think twice, but when you feel like their energy is off, then you just don't text them at all. Bye-bye, because you know you deserve more. When you're hard to earn, you don't think twice about your actions trying to get someone to chase you, because you know that the right person will come and chase you even when you're authentically yourself. I said what I said. If you want to get good at dating, stop trying to figure out if they're a red flag or a green flag and start understanding their attachment style. For example, someone with an avoidant attachment style is someone who really prioritizes their independence, so when you give them love and affection, they run away. So if you're dating an avoidant person, it really isn't about you. They just really don't understand the importance of prioritizing an emotional relationship. But don't be mistaken, there are avoidant people in long-term relationships, but these are the type of people who are not always present. They might cheat on their partners. They are constantly frustrated with their partners asking for them to do something, or deep down they think that their soulmate is still out there, because avoidant people are always believing that there is the one true love for them, when in reality that doesn't exist. So if you're dating an avoidant person, stop trying to fix them, okay? Because fixing an attachment style takes a lot of emotional and inner child healing. You can decide to stay, but if you want that person to change, then that person needs to actively be self-aware that they are avoidant and be actively figuring out how to become more secure. Let me know if you want me to talk about any of the other attachment styles in a future video. These are the signs that you may be an anxious attachment style in relationships, but this is also how you're gonna fix it. Number 1, you're constantly thinking that your partner is going to leave you or cheat on you. Because of this, you need constant reassurance from your partner that they're not actually gonna leave you. Number 2, personal space. We don't know her, okay? You need to be with your partner like this, and you almost neglect every other relationship in your life. Number 3, every time you and your partner get into an argument, it's game over for you, okay? You think that your partner will never look at you the same anymore, and you guys will be bound to break up. So how does one not be so anxious? What we're not going to do is stop trying to be anxious, because we feel how we feel, and it's valid based on our past experiences. Instead, we're going to embrace the anxiety so you can recognize the patterns that may trigger these feelings, so you can communicate to your partner what you may need to feel more secure, and recognize that the situation might not be so bad. It just might be based on your past experiences. The longer you love and care for a man, the more your energy will heal him, and he will become the best boyfriend ever, is what I would tell you if I literally hated you. If a man cannot be a good partner to you because he has some personal issues, you are not the person who's going to fix that. It's his responsibility to go out and heal himself. When you hold on to someone and try to fix them, all the karma that they're supposed to get, all the lessons that they're supposed to learn to help them grow are going to fall on you. So in reality, when you spend all that time trying to help someone grow, you are destroying yourself. So if a man cannot be a good boyfriend to you from the start of a relationship because of his personal issues, then he has no reason to be a good boyfriend to you for the rest of the relationship. Whenever I would go on dates with guys, they would tell me to stop wearing heels because I'm 5'8" and would make them look too short. And they love to just mention my height and constantly say, oh, I can't be seen next to you. So when I started dating my boyfriend Junie, I never wore heels because I didn't want to make him feel bad. But then one day we were going out with his friends and I was like, I'm gonna wear these shoes, but just so you know, they're gonna make me look a lot taller than you. And his response was, so why does that matter? So if a man is telling you you can't wear certain things when you're around him, it's not him being cute and protective, it's him being insecure and controlling. I love my heels and I'll be wearing them as much as I want. Thank you. If you have not been in a relationship yet, this is your reminder to choose your first partner very wisely, because your first partner or situationship is going to be the person that sets the bar for you. And if that person sucks, then your standards are going to suck too. My first ever situationship was with this guy, let's call him Bob. Bob was so bad that like any red flag you can think of, he had it. Even when I would tell his friends about the stuff he would do, they were all like, yep, that's just Bob. After everything ended with Bob, every other guy I dated after that just seemed so amazing to me. Like I literally put them on a pedestal, but in reality, they just weren't as bad as Bob. And it's not that hard to be better than Bob. It took a lot of therapy and self-reflection to even realize that my bar was on the floor and the way I was being treated in my relationships was so bad. And I laugh about this now, but some people never learn and stay in bad relationships for the rest of their lives, so take this as a warning. If you find yourself in a toxic relationship, it's probably because you're in an anxious and avoidant relationship. An avoidant person does not like a lot of love and affection, while an anxious person needs the love and affection. And that obviously doesn't sound like it would work, but the reason why these people love to be around each other so much is because they love the chaos. Those with an anxious and avoidant attachment styles are probably very used to having a toxic environment, so the relationship may make them feel bad, but it also makes them feel comfortable. Especially if you're someone who's grown up in a toxic environment, it's hard to recognize that you're in one. So in order to build a healthier relationship, you both need to be more aware of your behaviors and communicate that with each other and try to be more secure. And it's very hard for anxious people and avoidant people to date secure people because they find them very boring because there's no toxicity. If you're going through a breakup right now, I need you to lock in because this was not a failure. This was the lesson you needed to learn in order to reach your fullest potential. You have been given this time to fully put your energy and prioritize yourself, so I don't care care if your relationship ended on good or bad terms, stop thinking about what your ex is doing and put that energy into you. I highly recommend watching the movie How to Be Single because it makes you just appreciate the single life, because you never know the next time you're gonna get into a relationship, and once you get into that new relationship, you're not gonna have that time for yourself anymore. The year I went through my breakup was the year I made so many new friends, I made so much money off of work, and just endless opportunities were falling into my lap like crazy. But the only way that was able to happen was because I let go of my relationship and put trust in that something better was happening for me. So happy breakup and happy glow up.